Persona, the identity verification company, recently locked in $150 million in funding after seeing a surge in demand during the pandemic. Over the past year, the startup's revenue has grown more than 10 times, and its customer base has increased five-fold. Well, joining me now is Rick Song, CEO of Persona. Rick, thanks so much for coming on the show. Congratulations. What is your company doing now to expand?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. So, what we, are really planning on doing with this new round of capital is one, continue to expand the exceptional talent that we already have. So, growing out the team to continue kind of penetrate new markets and improve the product. One of the most unique things about Persona has been how universal our platform is. So we work with businesses like Sonder, Coursera, Outdoorsy, Square, DoorDash, BlockFi, and many others to build kind of ideal identity solutions to verify all of their customers wherever they may be, however the business would like. And with that kind of universality of use cases, we need to continue to double down on our product, making sure that it can really meet the needs of every one of these types of different use cases and challenges. And two, continue to penetrate each of these markets and build the most universal platform for identity out there.
Well, I do think identity verification is probably in demand, Rick, now more than ever, and I'm sure will be as we expand even deeper into the cloud. You've got some big name clients right now. With this recent fundraising round, how are you going to use that money to fuel your growth?
So I think with this most recent round, the most important thing we're going to be doubling down on is go-to-market. So continue to scale out our sales, marketing, customer success, and growth teams to make sure that we're raising the awareness of what we do. Continue kind of raise awareness around identity verification as a whole as well. When we take a step back and kind of look at the evolution of the identity market, historically what we've really been focused on is really credentials like username and password, kind of these things that are really built for a digital economy first. But today, especially with COVID, we're seeing this transformation where a lot of these offline interactions where offline identity is kind of taken for granted, knowing who someone else is taken for granted, has moved online. And with that, we're finding more use cases that require identity verification than ever before. And the last thing we're also discovering is that the notion of identity verification has really evolved from historically it's been this one-off transaction where we oftentimes kind of look to make sure that the individual is who they say they are once. Today, we kind of want to know that's continuously the exact same person on the other side of it. So for example, if you're Coursera, making sure that when someone completes their degree, it isn't just some arbitrary user out there. Right. It's the exact same person who signed up and the person who this degree really should belong to. So as we continue to unlock all these use cases, we're going to really be focused a lot and dialing in on making sure that we invest the capital to go to market for every one of these markets.
And Rick, my question to you is, how do you ensure protection, right? The most important data protection, your identity is truly protected as we see more and more cyber attacks and ransomware attacks really ramp up.
So I think that there's really two core parts here. The first of which is making sure the individual is who they say they are. So how we really think about this, and one of the other core ways we differentiate, is personalization, making sure that every individual out there gets an identity experience that's tailored for them. For example, if I'm currently in California, but you see kind of a transaction happening from Florida, the risk threshold that I really should be going through is fundamentally different, and making sure that that's taken into account to make sure my identity belongs to me in this online world. The second is really the security of the data itself. And today, in order to ensure people are who they say they are, companies are collecting more sensitive data than ever before. And one of the other unique things about Persona is that we also help businesses manage this data on their behalf. They own access to all this data. It's their data at its core, but we're providing the infrastructure to manage this data long term to prevent things like breaches and other things from happening, especially as we see like the rise of these data breaches increasing year over year.
Rick, quickly before I have to let you go here, due to timing, what are some future partnerships that you foresee for your company?
So we're going to keep a couple of these under the wraps, but one of the most exciting things we're finding is just a lot of unlocks in new use cases we haven't seen before. So anywhere from retail, e-commerce, automotive to otherwise, we're finding more companies out there than ever before caring about identity, especially when it's tailored for their exact use case.
All right, Rick Song, CEO of Persona. Rick, thanks again for joining. We appreciate it.